And moving across to Europe, floodwaters continue to disrupt life across parts of France as authorities keep major flood alerts in place and residents cope with rising waters. Latest reports from western France show minor improvements in some areas, but risks do remain high. We begin with the situation in the city of Angers, where flooding from the River Main has caused significant disruption. Streets remain underwater in the western French city of Angers, where authorities have maintained a red alert for flooding, which is the highest warning level for the better part of the weekend. The River Main, swallowed by persistent rain, reached around 6.39 meters, which is one of its highest levels in decades. While a slow and gradual decline in water levels has now begun, officials warn the threat is not fully over, with floodwaters continuing to spread downstream. Local residents are experiencing wide-ranging impacts from submerged roadways to disruptions of public transport. Protective walkways have been installed to help people move safely through affected neighborhoods.
There's an enormous amount of mud. The Garonne and the Bryan leave behind a huge amount of silt, so while it's still soft, you need to clean it off because it's much easier to remove then, as it hardens very, very quickly. After that, it becomes much more difficult to deal with and takes a lot longer.
Meanwhile, authorities in the surrounding regions keep vigilance high, with other departments including Loire-Atlantique and Charente-Maritime also under red alert or red flood alerts as the slow descent of rivers and tributaries continues. In other western France areas, crews have been supporting evacuation efforts and preparing for emergencies as rivers nearby remain elevated from days of heavy precipitation linked to recent storm systems.
Last night, we lifted the municipal emergency plan, which means we have got through the worst of the crisis. But now comes the next phase, cleaning up, making repairs, and getting our residents back home. And that phase will also take time. I think we are looking at least another full week, so there is less stress, but still plenty of concern.
The flood situation has been driven by an extended period of unusual rainfall over recent weeks, one that weather agencies describe as exceptional, and has tested river defenses across multiple regions. Across France's flood-hit west, authorities are urging residents to stay alert even as waters begin to ease in places like Angers. With river levels expected to recede only very slowly over the coming days, emergency services and local communities remain on high alert.